Thank you, Majid. Want to again welcome a good evening to everyone. And it is a very special night here at Orange Coast College for the graduating class of 2014. We're delighted to welcome you to Orange Coast College's 66th annual commencement while we recognize the class of 2014. Our first speaker this evening is a student and soon to be graduate of the class of 2014. He will attend UCLA in the fall. Please welcome Saahm Aresh.
Hi, my name is Saahm Aresh. That was not very good. That was not very good. It wasn't natural. Let me try that again. Hey, that was worse. That was worse. Okay, last one. Here we go. Howdy. Okay, if we've learned one thing, it's do not start a speech with the word howdy. All right. So, my name is Saahm Aresh. Yeah. And if you guys have noticed, the speech that I'm trying to say, it doesn't seem to be coming out right. I mean, I've practiced it. I promise I have. Not the whole thing, but just this opening sentence. And it just doesn't sound right. Had you told me 3 years ago that I'd be standing on this stage with these people, giving this speech to this audience, this very, very good-looking audience, well, I would have come to the conclusion that there had been a freak accident and nobody else was able to walk, and my ability to simply get on the stage had afforded me the privilege. You see, the student who stands before you today was not the student I was 3 years ago. Now, that student was just coming off an illustrious high school career of academic probation, social probation, a career high 2.8 GPA. Also, I had 2.8 friends. One was slightly shorter than the other two, so we'll give him a 0.8 for the... The point is, I walked on this campus with no drive, no expectations, no future really. Orange Coast College changed that. Day one, class one, professor one. I eagerly walked into Professor Lee Gordon's Business 100 honors class, school supplies in hand, ready to learn. Is what I wish I could say, because that's a lie. No. Day one, class one, professor one, I slowly dragged myself into Professor Lee Gordon's Business 100 honors class. Honors, by the way, which I didn't realize I was taking, because God knows I wasn't paying attention to anything I was signing up for back then. I did so with no school supplies of any kind. 20 minutes. It took Lee Gordon 20 minutes to engage me. 20 minutes to capture my attention in a way that no class had in 15 years. The second we sat down, before handing out a syllabus or explaining the class rules, no eating, no chewing gum, no asking the professor about his political opinions. For the love of God, don't explain your political opinions. Before all that, Professor Gordon asked us to name an object, a thing, something he could talk about. The girl right behind me said the word shoes, which I thought was genius, because personally I couldn't think of a more vague and difficult topic to talk into detail about, and I wanted to see him stumble, because that's the kind of student I was. Well, Professor Gordon then proceeded to talk about the specific nuances of South American shoe production factories, specifically those in Brazil and Peru, and their effects and impacts on the wages of workers in Bangladesh. For 55 minutes. Day one, class one, professor one, changed my life. And so did class two and professor two, and day three and class four and professor five, and so on for 3 years. I mean, I took a freshman composition class. For those of you who don't know, this is an introduction to English. And Dr. Eric Ragno is teaching me about Kafka and Foucault. We are watching, analyzing, and dissecting the film Synecdoche, New York. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but the director has no idea what's going on in that. I'm convinced Eric Ragno does. Now, these are just 2 classes, 2 professors. I've taken countless classes with countless professors. I have countless stories. But you know what? So does every other cap and gown in this audience. And isn't that beautiful? We're all so different. I mean, granted, I'm probably not the only horrific high school student who was given the ability to excel, but among us today are mothers and fathers, veterans, international students, those who worked full-time and part-time, those working on their second degree or their third, so different. And yet all given the same opportunities to excel and succeed. Shown the same passion and the same drive by our professors, the staff, the administrators. These incredible people set up an environment for us not only to learn from them, but with each other. Now, I said before, I didn't have many friends in high school, or middle school, or grade school. I had a friend in preschool. That wasn't a problem at Orange Coast College. And it's funny, I've been a part of schools with 400, 500 students, and yet my college of roughly 25,000 felt the smallest, the most intimate, like a second family. A friendly face no matter where I looked, and not just in my peers, but in the faculty, in the staff. Every shortcoming of my previous school experiences were strengths at OCC. Some schools have motivated students. Orange Coast College creates them. This institution is solely responsible for taking the student that I was 3 years ago and making me who I am today. And with that in mind, I'm going to try that opening sentence just one last time. Hello, my name is Saahm Aresh, and I graduated as the president of the Honors Student Council. I was a member of multiple academic societies, which is why I look like some sort of ridiculous Christmas tree right now. I was a Garrison Fellow, but more importantly, and by some magic, I was your commencement speaker. And I am so proud and so grateful to not only be graduating from Orange Coast College, but to be doing so alongside each and every one of these incredibly talented and incredibly motivated students, who regardless of your next steps in life, should be so unbelievably proud of what you're accomplishing today. And so grateful to all those in your lives, whether it be friends, family, professors, or mentors, who have helped you get to this point. Because this, you guys, today, this is a big deal. So class of 2014, congratulations. And to Orange Coast College, all of you out there and all of you up here, from the bottom of my heart, the heart of a student who has been forever changed, thank you.
Thank you, Saahm. Wonderful. Our